there, and welcome to the VeryVera show. I'm Vera Stewart, and I'm so pleased to introduce my guest tonight, Chef Carrie Armbruster from the Reserve Club in Aiken. And you know, Carrie, when we first started working together, you had hair and mine was blonde. Sure. So obviously we've known each other for quite a long time, but Carrie has had extensive work with country clubs. Actually, I knew him first at the Augusta Country Club, but now he's at the Reserve Club in Aiken. Many of our guests in the audience tonight recognize him from there. So tell us what we're going to do tonight.
Well, tonight we're going to offer a few different substitutes to the meal. We have a wonderful gem wrap, which is made of fruit purees and vegetable purees. Works well if you're vegetarian. It's gluten-free. We're going to make some nice wraps. We're going to go into a little Mediterranean style. We're going to have a little stuffed eggplant in a new style. We're going to do a little fish on vegetable chowder, and at the end we're going to show you how to present some of these items for your guests at your home.
Sounds perfect. Well, why don't we get started? And what are we going to do first? I know you...
Here we have, in the gem wraps, they have quite a few different flavors. We have barbecue, carrot, chipotle mango, tomato.
Oh, that's so cool.
They come in a little packet. You can just peel these things right off like that.
It's kind of like those fruit roll-up things.
Right, with the fruit roll-ups.
Yeah.
We have that. We're going to make a little Mexican one today. We're going to add a little rice, or you can Southwestern, any way you really like to have it. We're going to add a little black bean to it just to give it some extra pow. Vera has an option where she can turn around and in a tomato wrap, she can make a salad wrap, which would be a great addition.
This is like playing.
Right, and she's also going to make a wonderful chipotle mango with banana, granola, and peanut butter. I'm going to finish this up with the beans, the tomatoes, a few selections of lettuce for color, and rather than using meat in this today, I've chopped up some dates.
Gosh, it's so colorful too.
Colorful, great, really easy to do. You can do these all ahead. Find out what your children really like to do, and this will give us a little sweetness. With these wraps, they recommend just sealing the bottom with a little bit of water.
Okay, does that look about right to roll this? This is the tomato, and I've put just a variety of mixed greens, and Chef Carrie told me you want to be sure that you have stuff coming out of the end. Make it look pretty, great. And then just a little bit of bean sprouts, alfalfa sprouts on the top. Shiny side down when you're doing this, and we're just going to roll it up, and just as he said, finger in the water acts as a sealant. And then I'm just going to cut it on the diagonal.
Yes.
And then this is going to just kind of go like this.
This is a Southwestern one, and with that I've decided to take a couple slices of avocado, and just to help garnish the plate. We have that.
Oh, that's cool.
That would be a nice little starter course for somebody. Or
well, you know, I tell everybody my favorite food is peanut butter, so you couldn't have picked a better one for me to do than the one that's going to have the peanut butter on it. And you know, if you're wondering where you can get these are available. You have to go online to order these, but they're just wonderful. And of course, all the ingredients that we use today to go with it. Carrie actually went by the Fresh Market on his way over here and just picked these up. Got to introduce him to all of my friends over there that help us so much with the show. So this is some wonderful peanut butter that he picked up over there. This is much more gourmet than my Jifs, which should be really great. And I'm gonna just put some peanut butter and then a wonderful granola. So this would be wonderful for the kids for an afternoon snack. And they would probably like it because, you know, it reminds them of one of the snacks they're already very familiar with.
I'm going to start off here with a carrot wrap, which is has lovely flavor, and we're going to make this a little bit more vegetarian, or you could stop that and you could add a little chicken to it. So we're going to have we're taking some ramen noodles, which most people have at their house, or you could take some leftover spaghetti, season it the way you want, give that to yourself as a base.
The other thing that's neat about these, Carrie, is they're translucent. So, you know, some of what you're putting in there, like the one you're working on in particular, you're going to be able to see through it. It's kind of a neat idea.
I'm going to add a little bit more lettuce, and you know, I like tomato. I'm going to add that to it. And like I said, you could make it with or without meat, and we'll add a little bit of chicken to this one just to make it interesting.
All right, well, we're going to keep working on this. And when we come back from the break, he's going to have me grilling eggplant, and he's going to be continuing to show us how to do wonderful things with vegetables. So Carrie, you keep on going, and we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back, and we're having a lot of fun today. If you've just joined us, I'm joined today with Carrie Armbruster, who's the executive chef at the Reserve Club in Aiken. And I've known Carrie for years, and we decided that the reason we're still friends is that we never worked closely together. So in the chef world, that's probably a good thing. But you know, he's got me grilling some eggplant, and you know, Carrie, if it was like this outside and we could just walk outside and grill and bring the TV camera with us, it would be great. But it's wonderful to have, you know, a George Foreman grill handy when you want to do grilled vegetables. So I'm trying to get these finished off for you, and looks like you've got a lot of different Mediterranean-looking things down there.
We have the finished eggplant that Vera helped us with before. Here we have a brown rice and a red quinoa blend. You can pick that up in packets at the store. We've seasoned that and flavored that with this wonderful, wonderful olive oil that you can get at the fresh market, salt and pepper. We've mixed this together. We're going to make little roll-ups with this. They're great room temperature. They can be refrigerated. It's a great do-ahead item. They can be reheated in the microwave. Makes a wonderful dish.
Okay, now what is that you're filling it with? Might have missed that.
This is brown rice and red quinoa, and we have two of these nice roll-ups we put there. We can pair this as an appetizer by making one or two.
Okay.
We can take this here. I have option to take a little spaghetti squash, which is pretty easy to make. Take your spaghetti squash, scoop out the seeds, 8 seconds in the microwave with plastic wrap. Take it out. You have these nice strands of squash.
I'm going to grab that knife right there.
Now we're going to add a few torn greens.
Okay.
Maybe a little cherry tomato.
This balsamic glaze, you know, Fresh Market has so many wonderful glazes and oils and that sort of thing. So we're just going to do, for the appetizer plate, we're just going to take this balsamic glaze and just kind of make an opening, which I'm going to put the ones that I did that are smaller sitting on top. Am I doing this right,
I
Karen?
think it's going to look wonderful. We have a little vinaigrette that we're making here with this olive oil, and we have a cider vinegar that has honey and apple.
Oh,
and we're going to make a nice little salad, something very crisp.
And then these are just some different Mediterranean-style veggies. We've got feta and ripe olives, a little red pepper. What else you got in there? Garlic.
So roasted garlic, and that was a finished salad that we bought at the Fresh Market. So it makes a wonderful garniture.
Well, and that's the other thing that's really cool about that is that, you know, sometimes you don't have time to do all the aspects of what you're doing, but you can do a good many of them if you pick up some of the things that are already prepared.
For some folks who like flavored oils and can't always get them, to skim some of the oil off the sun-dried tomato that they already have, and you can just drizzle this around your plate. Makes a wonderful finish to it.
Okay, was there anything in particular that you do to this eggplant before it goes on the grill?
I like the eggplant, we like to season with a little salt and pepper, olive oil, brush it, give it a couple minutes to rest and set. Grill at a moderate heat, cut it thin, it doesn't take very long to cook. You can do that ahead, you can make all this ahead, you can buy all your vegetables and salads ahead.
Well, and that's a great tip, honestly, because, you know, he and I both know in terms of banquet preparation and catering, you cannot wait until the last minute to do everything. You know, we did this rice ahead when we got to the kitchen today, and it's just really great to get your menu in place so that you know the things that you can get done in advance. So we've got a beautiful entree plate, vegetarian, like luncheon style. I think the ladies would really love that. A wonderful appetizer. And when we come back from the break, now we're talking fish and chowder.
We're doing a vegetable chowder, flame with Pernod, heavy cream. We're going to pan-sear a piece of cod, put it on top. Should be a great first course, second course entree.
Okay, get a glass of wine because you're going to want to join us back right after the break. Thanks,
See ya.
Carrie. The proper use of your knife and fork is very important at a dinner party. So let's go over the technique that I like to use. When you reach for your knife and your fork, you want to remember to grip, flip, and point. Let's go over that again. Grip, flip, and point. And when you're cutting something that's got some depth to it, like a steak or this is a ham steak, you probably want to place a steak knife on the table. So remember to put your knife at the top right of the plate. You want to cradle your fork, and you want to only cut a couple of bites at a time, not the entire portion. The other thing that's important at a dinner party is for the salt and pepper shaker to stay together. If someone to your right asks for it and they ask for just the salt, be sure that you pass both so they stay together. Enjoy your meal. Okay, it's hot in this kitchen, let me tell you.
Smoking.
We've got two hot cooks here, Carrie Armbruster from the Reserve Club in Aiken, and I'm Vera Stewart, and we are putting together a fish and vegetable chowder dish. So tell us about this while I get these vegetables cooking.
Okay, what we have here today is we've taken some vegetables, the potatoes we've partially cooked, the carrots harder we've partially cooked, broccoli we've left pretty new, corn right off the cob we've cooked. And we're gonna get a lot of these vegetables in there. We're gonna stir them, saute them around a little bit, add a little flavor to them.
And this is just, you cut those kernels right off a fresh ear of corn.
Sure did.
And I taught you something today. I taught you that you can boil instead of doing it on the stove. You can use the old trusty microwave. He said he only uses that for 15 seconds for hot water. So we learned that today. And then I think the other secret here is making sure these pans are really hot when you want to. As you can see, the nice browning effect on everything that we're doing.
What we're going to do
here.
is this is going to be accented with Pernod. This is an electric range, so we really can't get a lot going unless we use a cigarette light.
Here.
So we're going to get that heavy cream, please. Heavy cream.
Okay.
And we're gonna boil this down, and we can put a few more taters in there, if you would.
Oh gosh, this just already just smells wonderful.
Yeah, so great.
Few more potatoes.
More potatoes. More in the chowder department. And then we have corn, so we have corn chowder. It's all good. Here we have.
This is just going to cook down and get thicker, correct?
True. It's going to boil down, and we're going to present that chowder on the bottom of the plate, and we're going to top it with the fish. We also have a few nice shrimp. You don't have to do it with fish. You can do it with shrimp.
I can borrow that towel here
Sure.
for a second. Set this down just a little bit.
I think it's a really great dish to have. Had a lot of success with it.
Okay, and then the other nice thing about this is you see we've used no butter today. We've used a wonderful olive oil. Tell us about the olive oil that you picked up.
This is a great olive oil. You can find it in the fresh market. It's California olive oil. Put this on a spoon, take a sip. It'll tell you everything you want to know about olive oil. It's fruity, it's light, there's nothing harsh or peppery about it.
I actually tasted it directly from the spoon a minute ago, and it was spectacular.
Let's get that in there.
Oh gosh, that just turned out great. Very colorful.
Turn the stove off.
Some of the things are still. And the fish, the way the browning, because we had discussed maybe doing salmon here, but we thought maybe with the colors that this would pop a little better, and then let some of the color come out in the shrimp that's on top.
And there we have it.
There we have it.
And it's a nice dish. I like to serve it in a bowl. Here we have some nice dried okra. It's a nice little garniture. Gives you a little something crispy. You can color with more red peppers if you like.
Well, and here
It's a
again,
great
when we're
dish.
trying to get away from gluten, which we started the segment with the wraps that were gluten-free. We're not using fat today, no butter in anything. Having a garnish on top of something like this that's not a cracker or a Parmesan crisp, but instead of vegetable that's got that nice crispness, really works out well. So I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get hungry, and we've got some wonderful things that we're going to put together with what we've done today. So come back with us after the break. We're going to have a wonderful spread, a little bit more about plate garnish and how to do things ahead. And I hope that this is still here, because I just may have to just dive in right away. That
Right
looks
away.
wonderful. So come back with us after the break. Welcome back, and I know I have enjoyed myself, and hopefully you have too. And I want to thank Carrie Armbruster
You're welcome.
again, the executive chef at the Reserve Club in Aiken, for joining me today. And you know what? I hate to say this, Carrie, because you're so certified and all of that stuff, but you know, you can almost kind of come off as chef-like in your own home with some of the tips that you've given us today. So I want to finish up what we did earlier with the eggplant.
Yes.
And we're going to just show how you can maybe make more of an appetizer portion with this, with adding 2 more of those wraps to it. And you know, just really looks good. You could put a few more vegetables there, but that really would make a beautiful presentation, and it's something that you can do at home as well.
True. This second plate here, with this larger portion of eggplant filled with the brown rice and quinoa, you could put that in a larger soup plate. You could put a fresh tomato puree. You could put a pepper salad or arugula salad on top. You could top it with some more fish. You can create a nice little stack, and you would still have very light food. We're just offering items that you can get at your local store, things that you can do at home. We've kept this one wrap with the noodles and the vegetables just to keep it the way it was when we started. We also have a different way of presenting the
You know, the thing that I love the most about these wraps, and again, we're going to put the website on the screen right now where you can order these online, that are so wonderful because they're gluten-free. There's absolutely nothing in there that you shouldn't be eating. And the fact that they're translucent, but they are so flavorful. You know, the different flavors that we use today, that really comes out when you bite into them. So I'm going to get started on the peanut butter. You know, it's my favorite food, and we're going to do a larger presentation of this with one of the longer plates. You know, Carrie loves to do his presentations on these longer plates, and you don't have to fill it up like a platter, for heaven's sakes. It can still be really light. So that wonderful peanut butter, we've kind of thinned it with a little bit of water. And because I love peanut butter, I can't have too much. I'm just going to put some there and just drag it. Just take your spoon and drag it. And then we're just going to be very artful here. And I'm going to come off of the top of that with 4 pieces. And this had that great almond-y granola. And then we're going to go from there with just some grapes that are cut in half. And you know, just a beautiful presentation. If you want to do a really light dessert after a meal, come to the table and that would be great. Okay.
very tasty.
Now what else have you got here? We're gonna do
Well,
finish.
here we made these salad wraps before. And we could extend that into a larger presentation. We have some nice olive oil. And you know, there's so many types of salad dressings and vinaigrettes. We're just going to make our own little broken vinaigrette here, where we will add.
Oh, doesn't that look great? Look how it just bubbles in there.
Yeah. And,
It's almost kind of mystic looking.
you can take it and you can shape it a little bit. We'll take these two, and we'll make a shrimp salad out of this platter.
And that's where the grill
And we
came
have
in
some grilled
handy
shrimp.
again. Straight down the middle, Carrie.
I think it's as many as you'd like to eat, and
maybe we
have
kind
fun
of
with it.
do a little bit of that along. Okay, and then what have you got in that
We're
last one there?
We're going to finish this up here, and here's a little easy garnish. Slice you some radishes, cut them in little sticks, and then what we have here is radish matchsticks, and you can
Oh, those are so cool.
you can add that to the plate, and we've got one more garnish that would make your meal really, really good.
Oh, y'all have got to try these matchsticks radishes. Those are very cool.
Here we have the Southwestern wrap that we did before, and we're just going to make this a little bit larger. We're going to take a little chopped lettuce, some avocados, maybe a little capers, little peppers, like a little blood orange olive oil. Clean that up. A little pepper. Here at Lowe's, we found a wonderful little plant. It's German basil. It has such small leaves. I find that works very well in Flavortown, as I've heard it before. We're going to put this all together and make ourselves a little salad in the middle. And here we go on that.
Well,
that's one more course you could have.
As you can see, there's been a lot to look at today, a lot of wonderful ideas for presentation, and certainly things that are light but beautiful and things that maybe you'll want to try very soon. I want to thank Carrie again for joining me today, and I also want to invite you to visit my website at VeryVera.com. I've got some great things coming up for my camps with children, so I want you to see that. Carrie's going to provide us with recipes for today, so continue to watch at our new time at 7 o'clock for the Very Vera Show on NBC 26. And just remember, no matter what you do it in good taste, and I hope you'll join us again next Saturday.